That rap can't when you ever slide. Got the Lulu from this little eyes that be up on the side.
A warrant for Jahme Barnes. She's accused of providing Williams the gun used to shoot a 17-year-old.
That was a gun. It was a gun. Just push up, like get away. It was like a BB gun or something. Call 911, like.
I don't even want the no more. You can have a bad.
Authorities say the Pottstown police were called to the area of Grant Street and Union Alley around 10 o'clock Sunday night for a call about shots fired. That's where they say the police arrived to find bloodstains and several fired shell casings. According to the Montgomery County District Attorney, minutes later, police were notified that 2 gunshot victims arrived at Pottstown Hospital in different cars. Authorities say 25-year-old Dakari Rome was shot in the chest. He was pronounced dead by an emergency room physician.
You cleared up. Let them know we was not even on that. That's a negative.
Dakari Rome loved sports, especially football and track and field. He enjoyed doing sports training with his brothers and had a passion for fast cars. But that's the way his family wants him to be portrayed. That's the story they told the newspapers. Dakari ended up trying to backdoor his friend and ended up losing his life because of it. This is yet another tale of why and how the streets don't love you, and you're looking forward to jail or death if this game keeps up. Montgomery County District Attorney and Pottstown Chief of Police will go on to announce the arrest of Smalls, known to the law as Jahme Barnes, who was 17 at the time and from Philadelphia. She was being charged for the murder of Dakari Rome and the second victim, 17-year-old Lil Smoke. U.S. Marshals said they arrested Smalls at a home on the 2300 block of North Lambert Street in North Philadelphia. The warrant was put out for Barnes on August 29, 2022. Investigations by detectives discovered evidence on cell phones that told the story of the murder and attempted murder plot, which is supposed to be a robbery, necessitating the filing of second-degree murder, robbery, and other charges against Barnes. The shooting that killed Rome and injured 17-year-old Lil Smoke occurred on Sunday, August 28, 2022. At 9:08 p.m., Barnes was seen on camera pulling into the Gulf gas station on High Street where 3 occupants, Small, Rome, and Dakari Williams, got out of the truck they were driving and went into the gas station. As they went in the store, Lil Smoke and another female remained in the back seat of the vehicle. After grabbing some snacks and blunt wraps, the 5 of them went to a parking lot in the 600 block of Grant Street, where the group played the Orbeez Challenge, a TikTok challenge involving shooting water beads from an airsoft gun.
Their car captured the moment a white Honda Accord pulled up next to them.
What the Get that license plate! Get that license plate!
We had our windows down, just, enjoying the weather. All of a sudden, we heard, shots and something coming into our window.
That was a gun! It was a gun? Just push up, get away! It was like a BB gun or something. Call 911 right now.
It looked like a gun, but with a bright orange piece at the top. So I guess that means it's not a real gun, but I didn't know that at the time. All these shootings recently, it was horrifying, especially with our baby in the car.
Eubanks called 911, reported the incident to police. When she looked through the car, she found tiny orange gel balls everywhere.
I looked that up and I figured out it was Orbeez, and then I saw all this stuff about the Orbeez Challenge and other incidents happening, and that's when I realized that that's what happened.
The Orbeez Challenge encourages people to shoot at others drive-by style using gel blasters or gel ball guns. It may also involve airsoft guns or BB guns. Police departments across the country are warning people about the challenge.
Audi they were driving had Smalls in the driver's seat. They drove to Grant Street at Union Alley, where the shooting happened. At 10:06 p.m., Pottstown police were dispatched for calls of shots fired in the area of Grant Street and Union Alley. When officers arrived, they found blood on the pavement and spent shell casings, but all parties had left the scene. Their next move would be to check the Pottstown Hospital, where they found 2 gunshot victims who arrived separately. 25-year-old Dakari Rome was pronounced dead. Lil Smoke was treated for a gunshot wound to his hand and was released. The investigation by Pottstown police and Montgomery County detectives began immediately and found that the 5 of them, the 2 victims, Rome and Lil Smoke, along with Barnes and Kashim Williams, who was arrested September 1st, 2022 on 3rd-degree murder and related charges, as well as an unknown female. The 5 were assumed friends, or at the very least associates, and they were chilling in Rome's Audi SUV. The Audi was being driven by Barnes with Rome in the front passenger seat and Lil Smoke in the rear middle seat. Detectives would get a search warrant on Williams' cell phone, which showed that the deceased victim, Rome, and Kashim Williams were instant messaging each other just before the shooting while they were all seated in the car. See, this whole thing was a backdoor gone wrong. Rome and Kashim Williams wanted to rob Lil Smoke of a tan handgun seen here, allegedly. At 9:42 p.m., Rome messaged Williams, "Yo, ask him to hold his gat, and once he gives it to you, tell him he's burnt, and we gonna go on a ride." At 9:47 p.m., Williams messaged Rome, "Tell him let you hold it while I drop him off there. Once he do, don't give it back. We gonna try to slide to the city." Detectives re-interviewed Lil Smoke on September 12, 2022, who admitted he possessed a 9mm Glock on the night of the murder. Lil Smoke further stated that Rome asked to see his handgun, and he gave it to him. Rome then handed the gun to Williams, and Williams gave it to Barnes, who started to play with it while videotaping herself before she pointed it at Lil Smoke and said, "What else you got?" Lil Smoke said he then put his left hand up over the front seat, and Barnes shot him, with the bullet traveling through his hand and into Rome's chest, killing him. Lil Smoke then got out of the vehicle and fled and was shot at by Williams as he ran down Union Alley. Rome's mother called detectives on August 29th and notified them that someone had returned her son's vehicle and parked it on Rivendell Lane near her home. Detectives who processed the vehicle observed blood stain on the rear driver's seat and door, as well as the passenger side front seat. Detectives also recovered 1 9mm fired cartridge casing between the driver's seat and door, according to court papers. Barnes is charged with 1st-degree murder, 2nd-degree murder, 3rd-degree murder, aggravated assault, robbery, conspiracy, possessing to an instrument of crime, and multiple firearms charges. There is no bail available for 1st-degree murder, and Barnes was remanded to the Montgomery County Youth Center. Smalls is the former girlfriend of F5, a YBC rapper who is currently in jail awaiting a trial in the murder of 2 young men killed back in 2021. She is also the former girlfriend of Lil Bucks, and you sometimes would hear Bucks and F5 refer to her in songs. Lil Bucks had a picture of her as his profile after her arrest.
These fake pages keep talking about we was on that with each other. You clear it up. Let them know we was not even on that. They be. That's a negative. Never. That's false.
Interest in female killers is crazy when you look at the views on the stories the female killers get. Men are 7 times more likely to be the perpetrator of a homicide than a female, so when women do kill, it shocks the senses. Jahme and Kashim's stories are so similar to a lot of stories I covered. Dumb, avoidable actions taken on the part of an individual, and this dumb decision will affect the rest of their lives. Dakari, who was part of setting this whole situation up, Jahme for trying to fit in and going along with a stupid plan and then pulling the trigger accidentally or not is crazy. And Lil Smoke got shot with his own gun for letting his gun leave his hands. Never hand over your strap unless you're 100% sure of who the person really is you're handing it to. Friends come and go, Rarely do friendships last a lifetime, so putting your life in the hands of a temporary friend is off the table for me. Earlier this year, Barnes pleaded not guilty to the homicide-related charges. Jahme Barnes, 17, of the 1000 block of West Cambria Street, waived her arraignment. According to 1090 Jake, who apparently spoke to Dakari's folks, a different picture of Lil Smoke is painted. According to 1090 Jake, quote, many would assume they tried to backdoor Smoke, and the fact that they were friends makes it look even worse. As a picture posted to Dakari's Instagram would show him standing to the right of scene with Smoke all the way on the left-hand side. The tan gun in Smoke's hand is alleged to be the gun they tried to rob him for, meaning Kari is standing in the picture with his friend Scene, who is charged with his death, while Smoke's holding the gun that ended his life. But those close to Kari are painting a different picture. When Lil Smokey was shot, he ran down the alley to his mother's house, which is how he was transported to the hospital so fast. Allegedly, Smoke had recently broken into a home in the area and was acting like a crash dummy, and Dakari wanted to take his gun because Smoke was becoming too problematic. Jake said. He continued, it was supposed to be a lesson learned, a form of street discipline, and Smoke himself wasn't just an innocent victim, but an active participant in a lifestyle. He easily gave up the gun, handing it to Dakari because there was trust there. He didn't expect it was about to happen, and in the midst of taking the gun, for whatever reason, the 17-year-old girl Jahme decided to take it a step further by asking what else Smoke had on him, making it seem like a full-on planned robbery. Whether or not she meant to fire is the question. Smoke raised a hand, a bullet went through it, but once Kasim grabbed the gun and started firing at Smoke as he ran, it only made the robbery and attempted murder and seemed that much more intended. End quote. If you're enjoying the content on this channel and want to see more, all you have to do is like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment that also helps the algorithm to boost the video's exposure. There's so much more content planned this year on American Confidential, so stay tuned.